Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Léna and today we're doing the anti-tbr tag. First though, let's address the elephant in the room, like the 321 elephants in the room. Hi, there are so many new people here. I have not made a video since September basically. I've been really swamped by work. Classwork, homework, and honestly it's kind of gotten worse in November. So I don't know what is compelling me to make a video. I had no plans of making, but I just feel like, every time I log on to YouTube and go to watch some videos, I like see the number of subscribers that I have and I'm just like overwhelmed. I finally understand how like Zoom lecturers feel, because there's like more than 300 of you and I cannot see your faces, and it is so weird. Like, the scale of this is insane. Like, if you want to know, my undergraduate class, like for my program, was around 300 people, like 380 people. So it's like, interesting, that's a lot of people. I am so happy and so glad that you liked my video. Honestly, I'm really proud of it, and I'm so glad that it's like sparking conversation and that people are like relating to it or like thinking about it. Like, it's just the best thing. So thank you so much for this. I'm so, like, it's insane. Wanted to make a more specific video celebrating the fact that there are so many of you here, but I don't know what to do. I'm in lockdown right now. I'm in the second French lockdown, and I've been wanting to film a bookshop tour like forever, and I think as soon as the situation gets better, I'll take you around like indie bookshops in Paris and it'll be fun. But yeah, it just makes me happy that so many of you are here. That the super long intro has been done, let's get to the tag. I will be honest, I was not tagged, but the creator of the video is Nicole and her books. I will link her video down here. I just stumbled upon this idea and I was like, wow, I've not read much this year, so I don't have much content on actual books to make, but I can make a video on the book that I'm not going to read. So yeah, also I love watching anti-hauls. I just love it. I just love the energy of that. I don't know why. Without further ado, let's get to the tag. A popular book everyone loves that you have no interest in reading, and mine is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I don't know if, okay, it's kind of a cop-out because I know that not everyone loves it, but a lot of people love it, especially on BookTube, and I'm sure it's good, but I just don't want to put myself through that much pain. I think it's a very difficult book, and I just don't think that it would be the type of thing that I would be able to read and enjoy reading, and it's really not in the kind of range that I would enjoy. And it's weird because a lot of people who like the books that I like are recommending it, but I don't think I can do it, honestly. Classic book or author that you have no interest in reading. For me is Ulysses by James Joyce. I just, I do actually like experimental prose. Like, I liked On the Road, for example. I know. But I just feel like that would be way too much. Like, from the extract and the synopsis, I admire people who have read this book or who have worked on it for like English classes and stuff, but I don't think it's up my alley at all. So yeah. Author whose books you have no interest in reading. For me, it's Sarah J. Maas. I know it's kind of overdone at this point, but I don't care for it. Like, I just don't. Is it like fantasy romance something? Yeah, I don't. I've read a few extracts and I'm not into her writing style, and I'm not really into the content of what she writes, so I will skip. Problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading. For me, that would be H.P. Lovecraft. Even though he kind of invented cosmic horror, I don't know. Even though cosmic horror and horror are interesting subjects, for me, I think the issue is that he was not just racist. His racism really permeated and influenced the horror that he wrote. Like, his horror was based in racism and like the fear of mixed babies, basically. So it's kind of like, I don't know. And I feel like maybe authors that have less problematic views and values have a fresher take on horror and cosmic horror, so I will skip. Author you have read a couple of books from and have decided their books are not for you. I struggled because I usually don't force myself to read from authors that I don't like, but I'm going to say Cassandra Clare. I only read the first 2 books, I think, of The Mortal Instruments. I did not like her writing styles. I did not like her characters. And I've heard that basically she recycles a lot of her character archetypes. So I don't think that it's gonna work for me. And honestly, no. It was weird. Like the Jace and Clary? Yeah, thing was weird, and I don't think that it's gonna work between us. So, or you have no interest in reading, or a genre you couldn't get into. For me, it's not definitive, but a genre I struggle with a lot is sci-fi or high fantasy. So the moment the world building is like, I mean, I do like solid world building. Like, I appreciate it, but if it becomes too big a part of the story, I can't focus, basically. Like, I did read the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I have no recollection of anything that happened in there. Like, if I open a book and there is a map of the world on it, there is a huge probability that I'm never going to finish or remember this book, because I have no spatial awareness. I already struggle on Earth, So if I have to like visualize a completely different geography and like configuration, oh, it's even worse in space when like there's so many different planets and different societies, and it's like in theory it's extremely exciting to me to like explore a completely different world, but in practice it is so tedious for me to get through and actually absorb all of the world building that happens in like high fantasy or very intense sci-fi stories. So I like stuff that's a bit more hybrid. So I like urban fantasy, and I do read a bit of sci-fi, like speculative fiction, I guess. But I struggle too much with those. I do want to get into it, but I've watched a few videos on how to start on sci-fi or fantasy. So yeah, I think I will check out a few of those books to see if I can like do baby steps, but not sure. You have bought but will never read. This can be a book you have on hold or returned to the library unread. For me, that's gonna be The Little Friend by Donna Tartt. Honestly, I have gotten recommendations that this was kind of an overlooked part of her bibliography. Is that the word? Well, that was kind of an ignored part of her work. People talk a lot about The Secret History in the Goldfinch, and The Little Friend, which has a female protagonist, is ignored, and so I was kind of excited to get to it. But I tried to read it last summer, yeah, summer 2019, and I still think about it. I still think that I could maybe like it, but it's true, it's a bit difficult because it's happening, I think, in a 50s, 60s, in like a remote location. The protagonists are younger, they're around 12 years old, I think. And I don't know, I just, Donna Tartt isn't known for writing diverse stories, but there was one black character whose role I was very uncomfortable with, and there was like a weird undercurrent of latent racism in this story that I was like, no, I don't feel good. And it's just, I was not vibing, even with the writing or the story. It was really slow paced, and it was struggling to pick up, and like, I've loved The Goldfinch. It was one of my favorite books of 2019. So I can do slow paced, character driven stories, but it was uncomfortable. So yeah, maybe I will pick it up one day, but not anytime soon. A series you have no interest in reading, or a series you started and DNF'd. For me, it's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Like I said, sci-fi, but also, so I read it for the booktubeathon in 2018, and I was expecting a lot from this book. It had really been talked up as like, oh, it's funny, it's witty, and it was to some extent, but I think it felt like it was trying too hard. And so I wasn't a fan of Douglas Adams' like style, and I feel like in a way this world building wasn't a hurdle for me in that book, because a lot of things were presented organically, but I still struggled to finish it because I just wasn't vibing with the style. So, and finally we have a new release you have no interest in reading, and I'm going to say Barack Obama's presidential memoirs. Hi, this is Editing Léna coming to you with extremely important news. So I made this video before the Barack Obama book was released, and since then interesting quotes have surfaced, and it has been living in my mind rent-free ever since I read it. It says,
looking back, it's embarrassing to recognize the degree to which my intellectual curiosity those first 2 years of college paralleled the interests of various women I was attempting to get to know. Marx and Marcuse, so I had something to say to the long-legged socialist who lived in my dorm, Fanon and Gwendolyn Brooks, for the smooth-skinned sociology major who never gave me a second look, Foucault and Woolf for the ethereal bisexual who wore mostly black. As a strategy for picking up girls, my pseudo-intellectualism proved mostly worthless. I found myself in a series of affectionate but chaste friendships.
hello, I can't believe the former president of the United States, Barack Obama, said this. Like, who can? It's insane, right? Right? It's like, there are so many layers to this. Like so many layers to this, but also the fact that he's a neo-lib who was actually reading Marx and Fanon and Foucault is infuriating, because he did not absorb any of those things. And in a way, the second thing is that I wish I was like the women in this, but the reality is that often I also have vied for the attention of radical people trying, but that I'm way too dumb for this. So I can't believe I'm relating to past incel Barack Obama. Like, this is killing me, guys. Oh my god, this is like the news of the week. This just, wow. Okay, back to the end of the video. I struggle a lot to find an answer to this question because I have not been in the new releases at all. I've really followed my whimsy concern, like regarding books I want to read. I've focused a lot more on like reading stuff that's on my TBR, stuff that I own but I've never read, whether it be ebooks or physical books. And so I don't know what is releasing. There's so much new stuff, and actually a lot of the stuff that I hear about seems really interesting. So first of all, I have beef with Barack Obama. You know, when you're like, you grew up, I'm French by the way, but like I kind of grew up during his presidency. I made a Twitter account in 2012 to follow his re-election and stuff. So I was really sorry the camera cut because I didn't have any more storage. But yes, so yeah, because, well, basically I used to idolize him. Now I've become very like anti-imperialist, anti-capitalist. Basically, I've gone through undergrad and I've been educated on the horrible practices of the Obama administration, and so I have beef. I'm pissed. I will never trust another Western or even another world leader ever again. I will never idolize a president ever again. Like, I just don't believe in that. I don't think that's good practice in general. You should do the same. So yeah, I will continue the French tradition of fucking hating your government all the time. That's it for this tag. I hope it was entertaining to you. I hope I can make another video soon. Probably not with November nervous breakdown. Like, I'm living in it right now, so it's not in November, definitely not. I'll be class free, Zoom free if God wills it, by mid-December, so hopefully I can make some more videos by then. Yeah, just Stay safe, everyone. Wash your hands. You know the drill. Don't get COVID. Yeah. Okay, bye. Rainy day. I am once again filming in the dead of the night. It's 1 a.m. Literally, wait, what time is it? It's 1:21 a.m. Why am I like this? Because I have beef with the former president of the United States.